Hello everyone, welcome back to Mystic Medicine. My name is Nina. I have another pick a card reading for you all today, and the theme is what people think about you or how people see you, how they perceive you. So we have three options for you to choose from. We have option number one with the tiger's eye. It's like a tourmalated quartz with a tiger's eye as option number one, and that's going to be on the left hand side. We have option number two in the center with the dark red agate. I think it's an agate. And then in the center, and then we have the last option, number three, on the right hand side with the bronzite. So take all the time that you need, pause the video to kind of tune in into what pile is calling you or that resonates the most deeply, and feel free to pick more than one if you're called. And I'll have the timestamps down below, and I'll see you in your reading, guys. Hello and welcome, my lovely pile number ones. If you chose this tourmalated quartz with the tiger's eye, welcome to your reading about what people think about you, how people perceive you. So we're going to break this into two sections. I think you have the most cards of all the piles. So yeah, let's jump in. We're looking at the tarot and also your animal oracle cards. So you have the shark for purpose, you have the falcon for observation, you have red-crowned crane for loyalty, you have orca with song lines, you have the bison for ritual, you have the cat for intuition, you have the bull for sacrifice. And then for the tarot, you have the Four of Air, the Ace of Pentacles, the Child, the Ace of Wands. You have the Seven of Fire, the Two of Air. You have Perception. You have Faith. You have the Ten of Air. You have Wisdom. And you have the Four of Water. So you have a lot of interesting cards, but I think I'm seeing the overall theme of your reading, of how people see you, how people perceive you. So right away, I'm really getting the sense that you guys are people not only see you as extremely intuitive and spiritually connected, there's a sense of creativity around you. People see you as someone who is graceful, someone who fully commits themselves to a path, to a higher calling, to this higher vision, to this higher creation, if you will, of your life. People see you as someone who is really guided by forces higher than them. There's a big sense of you guys, like there's Sagittarius energy here, where it's like the bigger, fuller, broader picture. There's expansion, there's deep wisdom and understanding. You guys are seen as people who are extremely psychic, extremely intuitively connected with the divine. There's a sense of like mystery around you guys as well. There's a sense of you guys like having a beautiful balance of like deep seated emotions. Like people see you as someone who's done the work on themselves, that have fully embodied and worked through and healed and like rehabilitated, if you will, their shadow to help them through life, to give them their inspiration, to give them their fuel. There's a big sense of you guys just have big energy, whether you feel it or not. We have a huge falcon. The buffalo is huge, the shark large, the bull is large, the orca is large, the red-crowned crane has like a large perspective. The cat literally can see things that are beyond this realm. So you guys when I feel like when people are in your presence, or when people are with you or meet you, they feel like almost enveloped in your energy. Like, oh, this is someone who has like big energy, big influence, big, I'm getting like chakral systems, or big, like a big auric field. You guys radiate and emanate a lot of energy, a lot of spiritual energy. There's a lot of groundedness to you. I feel like people also admire your kind of, I don't want to say like ruthlessness in a bad way, but yeah, I feel like you guys are ruthless and determined into taking action, into going towards fulfilling your purpose, especially with the shark here, right? The shark can be intimidating. The shark can be just gnarly. Sharks are gnarly, like they're kind of scary. They go in for the kill. They're ruthless. They blend in like with the dark and the light. So again, there's like that balance of you guys balancing like the lighter aspects and the darker aspects, but there's a lot of illumination here. People feel like you guys are very enlightened, very illuminated. People may feel in your presence that you open their mind up to observing and seeing the world, seeing their situation, seeing circumstances from a perspective that they have never seen or felt or experienced before. You tap and wake people up, especially to things that may be hidden within themselves, that they don't have that light of awareness. It's not shining there. You guys bring the light. You guys tap people open psychically. You guys tap people open in their third eye, in their head. There's a great presence here. There's a lot of like both masculine and feminine energy. I'm going to tap into the masculine energy right here. There's a sense of you guys being very structured, whether you feel that way or not. You guys feel there's like a scientific mind. You guys have a lot of knowledge. You guys are very intellectual. Whether you feel that way or not about yourself, it's how other people perceive you as someone who has the answers, who sees like the inner workings and the mechanics, how the mechanisms work, how it flows, how things collide and mesh and go together, how everything's interconnected. Like people see you as knowing the inner workings, having the inner knowledge, hidden wisdom that people can't see. You illuminate this. You guys also give off a very you have discipline, or like self-discipline and structure. There's a lot of Saturn energy here. So there's sorry, a lot of messages coming through. So there's like two parts to this, where you guys could have been like military. I'm getting like military, scientist, academic. You guys could be into philosophy, science. There's a lot of higher knowledge. You guys could be very educated or very self-educated. There's a lot of reading here, a lot of structure. You guys could be good at math, work with numbers, something of this sort. Or you guys could work in spirituality, but really working with like cosmic energy, cosmology, astrology, like understanding the mechanics of the universe, the mechanics of energy, something of this sort. Very, very powerful energy as I'm tapping into it. Okay, so let's move forward. People see you as someone who's very abundant as well. You have a lot of interesting ideas. I feel like you also, there's like this nurturing aspect to you that I feel like you care deeply about people, about the world. There's a cause, like you could be very into, I'm just gonna say like the ocean, helping animals, helping people on a spiritual level, wanting to enhance people financially. I feel like you want to nourish and nurture and see people grow and bloom and blossom. I feel like if people aren't doing that, you guys can kind of feel like bored, or you don't like stagnation. I'm seeing you like growth, you like excitement, you like insights, learning, knowledge, just like this continual expansion outward. I'm also getting like with the Ace of Earth and this, gosh, sorry, I'm losing it. Okay, so you guys may come off as like maybe stuck up to some people. I'm so sorry. People may see you as someone who's like holds themselves with a lot of like intelligence. I'm getting almost like a sense of like pride. There's a sense of like holding and carrying yourself in like a high esteem, or you, as you walk through life, people may get this sense of like intimidation about you, right? There's that shark energy, like you're someone who can come off a little bit intimidating or scary because you carry such big energy, and it's a high vibration, and it's very intelligent, that it can be a lot for people. But I'm seeing like, especially with this Ace of Earth and the Child card, that there's like deep-seated caring and compassion within you. You want to see people grow, you want to help nurture people. There's a desire for people to grow and expand, and I feel like at the heart of that, if maybe you come off kind of harsh or overly intellectual, or overly, how do I say this, like putting things in boxes, like a very scientific mind, very masculine centered mind, that at the heart of it, at the heart of you, at the center of where that stems from, is compassion and love and a deep care. I'm seeing in like the eyes of this dragon, there's like there's this golden light. You can have like golden hue in your eye, or green eyes, blue eyes, like yellow eyes even. But I'm seeing like there's, if people take the time to look past this intimidating forefront, the people who get to know you deeply and closely, siblings, family, friends, whoever you're in a romantic relationship with, will really see that, oh, this person can come off, like maybe you can come off critical, but at the heart of it, at the core, is just wanting healing and growth, and people to be brought to wholeness and to expand past borders and barriers that they may not see. And really, really beautiful energy. And there's like a beautiful childlike energy within you. There's a lot of, you guys have a lot of endurance if you guys have been through a lot in life, because this child, I love this card because this child is like on this pillar that's completely broken. There's no structure. There's nothing sustaining it. Like this child is sustaining itself. You may have come from very broken down family or background, or what your foundation wasn't stable. It's broken, but the thing sustaining it is you have immense inner strength. And that is just evident because on this pillar that's like shattered and broken, that's just a little, sad little piece, there's a dragon there. So there's strength here holding up this childlike innocence. I'm sensing there's been a lot of pain in your life, a lot of hurt, a lot of maybe abandonment. This child's completely alone. But I'm seeing you guys have a lot of endurance, and there's a beautiful daisy here that the child is holding. And for me, one of the aspects of the daisy is like being loved by the universe in a way that like you are a cosmic child, and the universe sees you as someone who is precious and dear to them because of your mind. And there is an inner purity, whether you see it or not, or think that you can be a bit dark, or whatever it is, there's a loveliness to you, there's a joy, there's a playfulness, right? And this comes through with the child, and then also the orca card as well. And I feel like a part of you protects this this pureness, this childlike wonder and beauty. Yeah, maybe you guys are really tapped in with your inner child, and when you get close to those around you, it's fun, it's joyful, there's like a sense of wonder and exploration here, which is really, really beautiful. And I feel like people only get to see that if they're really close to you. Like, this is beyond the surface level relationships, really gets into when people get deep with you, then they see this, and it's joy and it's fun and it's awesome. And I'm seeing with the Ace of Fire, people see you as someone who's very creative, very intuitive. You have a lot of ideas. And yeah, I see with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Fire with the child in between, I feel like whatever inspiration or creative ideas that you may get, anything that you want to create, as long as it's coming from a sense of joy and wonder and playfulness, that it's going to be prosperous. You guys are meant to have a lot of prosperity and abundance in your life, and you really give that off to people. When people are around you, they're like, oh, this person has their shit together, this person's very knowledgeable about finances and how to keep things in order and in flow. And whether you feel that way or not about you, you really hold this like abundant energy. So moving forward, looking at the rest of the cards, I'm really getting that you guys are not afraid to look inward, to look at yourself. I feel like you guys have done a lot of looking clearly at yourselves, like the totality of yourselves. Like, there's nothing hidden here. I feel like you guys have sought out answers to many questions about the psychology of your being, about the emotions to your being. There's a lot of transformation, shedding, insight, intuition, a lot of wisdom. You guys come off as people who are very balanced, who aren't afraid to throw themselves. Like, there's a lot of dark color, dark energy here. I feel like you guys have been unafraid to venture into the depths and the darkness of yourselves. And there's like this, people see you as someone who is fearless, someone who is strong, someone who has insights that others don't, someone who sees things above and beyond and farther and deeper than they're able to perceive. So people may come to you or see you as someone who has the answers, to seek counsel, to seek advice from, especially when it comes to the inner workings, when it comes to inner transformation, when it comes to having strength, having perseverance, having, how do I say this? Like a sense of success and victory over their inner being, their inner workings, especially when it comes to the past, the pain, their shadow. I feel like you guys are you guys are we have the wisdom card, so so people see you as someone who's very wise, someone who sees themselves holy, not as a holy person, but in a sense of wholeness. You see both sides. You see your anger, your resentment, your bitterness. You look at the past and are at peace with it. Someone who's coming into peacefulness within themselves, someone who's illuminating, bringing light, consciousness, wisdom, awareness, realization, even like alchemizing the past into bringing you into balance, not denying the darkness and embracing the light, not or vice versa, or embracing the darkness and denying the light, but really coming into balance. You're someone who's seeking to, or you come off this way as someone who is seeking to anchor more light into their heart, or more power into the heart, have a greater sense of compassion and healing for the past. You're someone who doesn't want to be conquered by your past, by the darkness. People find this very, very inspiring, and you impact people very, very deeply by you playing these two sides of the light and the dark, and of seeing them both as equally important. People also see you as someone who carries a lot of burden almost. You guys have been through a lot, especially with the 10 of Wands and the Bowl of Sacrifice and the Wisdom. I feel like before you guys incarnated into this lifetime, you're like, you know what? Pile it all on my plate, dude, because I'm strong enough and I'm gonna get through these lessons. I feel like in this lifetime you're tackling and going through a lot of karma, a lot of hard, heavy hitting lessons. There's a lot of power here. So it's like you guys went through a threshold, a doorway, of you guys taking on a lot of transformation in this lifetime, in that just you are powerful enough, you are strong enough to endure it, to come out the other side wise and strong and whole, and honoring everything that's happened in your past. Not holding on to, like I said before, anger, resentment, this sort of thing. There's a lot about forgiveness here, and you're either someone who has a lot of faith, or you inspire faith in other people that continue on your path no matter how slow it is. Progress forward. It's okay to do it alone. It's okay to be by yourself. Tread the path to greater expansion, to healing, to wholeness, to only having yourself. I feel like at times you've only had yourself, and there's some spark, some light within you. I feel like right at this time you guys are heavily guided, and I get ancestors when I see the orcas and the bisons. It really just reminds me that, or that's where my mind goes, you guys have ancestors around you supporting you and encouraging you. And how you come off to others is you're someone who inspires people. You give people faith. You give people a sense of strength, and you help people feel like they can emerge victorious because of all that you've gone through, all that you've overcome and endured, because of the power that you have accumulated and generated through your path, and the wisdom that you have because of it, and how you're at peace and the sense of wholeness no matter how wounded life or other people have made you. There's a beautiful sense of balance and overcoming and not being conquered, but you being the conqueror of your life circumstance and where it's going to head from here on out, like not being a slave to the past. And really inspiring. A lot of energy here, you guys. Beautiful. You guys also come off as someone who has deep, like, respect and consideration. Someone who's very mindful. Someone who's very mindful of the energies that they connect with and how what they put out, how it will affect other people. People, there's a sense of sacredness about you and how you, and what you speak, what you put out, and how and with whom and what you connect with. Yeah, very beautiful energy, guys. Let me see if there's anything else coming through. You guys are very beautiful. People see you or perceive you as someone who's very beautiful, especially your eyes, your face. There's like a sense of like sensualness about you guys. Your hair, your eyes, your face, your hands, your arms, shoulders, arms, your torso. You could also be very intimidating to others just because of your physical appearance and your attractiveness is also coming through. Okay, so I think that's all I'm getting from these cards. I'm going to switch over to your chakra cards now. So just give me a second and I'll have those laid out for you. The 3 chakra cards you have are the combination of the third eye and the throat, the sacral and the third eye, and then you have the hypo card for the throat chakra. There's a lot of third eye energy here, a lot of throat energy here. And so what I'm sensing is like how people, what people think about you, how people perceive you as someone who has a lot of knowledge. Like you see beyond what others see. You see the inner workings. You see what strings pull and create the movements or create the thoughts or create this unfolding in society. And this comes to, so there's a theme of religion, there's a theme about society. It's, wow, you guys are very, very intelligent, very psychic people. Thank you for being here. It's great to read for you guys. So you guys see beyond, I'm getting like the sense you guys see beyond the veil, and you're able to articulate these perceptions, these insights, these downloads, this higher perspective, right? You're able to come forward and speak on it. You see how things can be distorted. You see how things can be manipulated. You see through the BS. You see through the facade. People really see you as someone who's highly, highly psychically awake and attuned. Very, very intense and powerful energy. You're someone who can easily speak on whatever's, some of you are like very intellectual, where you won't see it as psychic information, you just see it as like a matter of fact, as like, well, I see it this way, how can no one else see it this way? And some of you are super, super psychic, where you just get these knowings, and you're really easily able to just speak it and it wakes people up, it shifts people. Whoever you're in relationship with, whether it's friends, family, romantic, you're able to really shed light and like shatter false illusions. You guys also have the power to influence people. So there's like kind of a little bit of a warning here to always, just make sure your heart, make sure it's coming from the heart, make sure it's coming from the right place, make sure it's coming from a place to enlighten, to uplift, to set people free, not to trap them and manipulate them, if that makes sense, because you guys have that kind of power, very, very influential. And then how people see you as someone who we have the hypo card. So for the throat, this is an introverted card. So people see you as someone who's like to themselves, likes their time, likes to have their privacy, likes to have separation between like work and play, and then themselves. You're someone who comes off as like Virgo energy, needing that hermit time to be with themselves, to tune in with themselves, to study, to create, to learn. Very, very beautiful energy. People see you also as someone who is a star, someone who's very, how do I say this? You stand out. You look intriguing, you look enticing, you look shiny and sparkly. Sorry, that may have come off the wrong way, but you're someone who you catch people's eye, how you move, how you speak, how you think. It's people see you as like a diamond in the rough, someone rare and beautiful, few and far between. Amazing. Yeah, you guys are very, very intuitive, super psychic. It's insane. Let's see if anything else comes. People also see you as someone who has a lot of options, that there's nothing but open doors and opportunities for you because of your intelligence, how you commune and relate to other people, and the sense of like inner harmony within yourself, and this like respectfulness and how you hold and carry yourself, like this very respectful energy, very wholesome energy. See if anything else is coming through for you guys. I'm also getting a message that if you connect with people in like a spiritual or psychic way, there's a lot of like seven pointed stars. 7 for me is a very spiritual number. I feel like you guys may have been someone in another life where you've spiritually mastered this realm, or you've reached a level of mastery in one avenue or another. You come here to help set people free when it comes to their mind specifically, and how you do this is just being in relationship with them, and also speaking speaking to people, waking them up, shattering illusions. So people view you as someone who has a lot of mastery, a lot of understanding, a lot of insight, a lot of influence, a lot of power. You guys are amazing. Very, very powerful people. That's all that I'm getting for you, pile number 1. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. Let me know down below if you're my pile number 1s. And until the next reading, guys, happy healing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hello and welcome. Pile number 2, if you chose this dark red agate. I think this is an agate. If you know what kind of stone this is, comment down below. Welcome to your reading about how people see you, what people think about you, how you come off to people. So let's get into it. We're going to do it into 2 different sections. Right now we're just going to look at the tarot and the animal cards, and then we'll have a look at your chakra cards. So you have card number 32, the rhinoceros, for moderation. Number 24, the horse, for freedom. And number 7 with the armadillo for groundedness. And then for your tarot, you have destiny. You have the 7 of earth, the maiden, the 7 of air, the queen of earth, the mother. You have the 12 of earth. You have a union, the counselor. You have integrity, the 2 of cups. You have, let's see, sorry, I get a little confused with my Roman numerals. Okay, you have the 9 of water, and you have the 8 of fire. So I'm getting a really beautiful energy from you guys right away. There's you guys have a lot of balance here. There's a big theme about a balance between the intellect and the heart, which I think is just really, really beautiful. So you're someone who comes off, right? How people see you, what people think about you upon meeting you, is you have a beautiful balance between the moderation. With rhinoceros is getting me someone who just embodies balance, who doesn't sway too far in one direction or the other. You're someone who feels very contained, but at the same time an immense sense of freedom. So it's so funny because you have this like groundedness. You have like these 2 pillars of like stability, balance, moderation, right? Almost a sense of like control, inner control. And it's just beautifully encompassing this freedom energy, this horse energy that's breaking through, that's shattering barriers, that's going far and beyond, there's a sense of freedom and not being contained. So this may seem contradicting, but it kind of makes sense to me. Let me know if you can relate to this. I feel like your sense of freedom comes from exploring your inner world. People see you as someone who's very in tune with themselves, someone who's in alignment, someone who knows their destiny. Their structure in the sense of like what you believe and how you believe it, and how you connect with yourself spiritually, how you connect with your intellect, how you connect with your emotions. And yet you have this maiden energy, which is very childlike, wonder, freeing, going throughout the world with joy and curiosity and awe, seeing the beauty and wonder of it all, and like in amazement of the magic of life. You're someone who comes off as very spiritually knowledgeable, someone who, people would go to seek counsel or to have conversations with about different spiritual religions or concepts or ideologies. You're someone who's carries this very knowledgeable, like priest-like, priestess-like energy. You guys have a very sharp mind, I'm sensing as well, especially with this 12 card, the sensual. I'm not sure how to pronounce that card. I've only had this card come up a couple times, but I'm getting like you guys have a lot of keys, you guys have a lot of answers, and it comes from within, from your inner study of yourself, and also just studying, and like being loyal and kind of dedicating yourself to the pursuit of higher knowledge, higher understanding. This is something with the ants that you put a lot of work and effort into, and it's constant. And with the dog here, it's something that you're very loyal to, that you continue to come back to again and again. And there's a lot of you guys can gain a lot of insights, a lot of perceptions, have a lot of knowledge, have a lot of answers, have the keys to open doors, to set people free, I feel like, because of your study. And yes, you guys could be like heavily into meditation, prayer. Everyone communes with God and their spirit in their own individual and unique way. And I'm seeing that through that you have this beautiful union between the head and the heart, this beautiful, like this grounding, and harmonizing of all the elements here. I mean, you have water, earth, air, fire in your chart. So you guys are very balanced. You guys come full circle. I don't feel like you guys put one thing as a higher priority than the other. You see everything as like on an even and level playing field and all having equal importance. You're someone with the Queen of Earth and the Mother card, right? The Mother card for me is a lot of, is like the Empress almost. You have a lot of caring, compassionate, creative energy and ideas. You're someone who I feel like is going to listen. You have an authority about you, and I feel like you use it in a very loving way. Very much balanced between the heart and caring, wanting to help nurture and nourish others, and also having the mind play in with this higher knowledge, this higher wisdom, this intellect that you have. And I feel like this is like a gathering and accumulation of spiritual energy that you kind of bring forth onto others, but not in a way where like you're preachy or like I am holier than thou. And it's not in that sense. It's like you let people come to you. You don't give unsolicited advice. And I feel like people very much appreciate, value, and love that about you. That you're someone who's very laid back, has a very open heart, right? Very strong and large heart. Someone who, yeah, I feel like you carry a lot of seeds. You carry a lot of keys. You carry a lot, you have the water. I feel like people feel like you can soothe their emotions. You can intrigue their mind. You can ignite their passion and fire. And yeah, you're someone who will ground them and help them feel safe and contained, understood, loved, and nurtured. I feel like you're someone who's there for people no matter what phase or growth in life that they're in. There's very non-judgmental energy here. Someone who honors a path, at whatever stage one would find themselves in. And then with the Counselor card here, I feel like people come to you with like relationship advice, whether it's like familial relationships or romantic relationships, because they see you as someone who's very balanced, right? Someone who's not, I feel like you guys aren't very biased. You like to keep an open mind. You like to see both sides of the same coin, both sides of the coin. Like you don't play favorites. You like to keep everything on an even playing field. Like I said before, you guys could be counselors or mediators or therapists or something like that. And I feel like people just appreciate what you bring to the table. I also see people see you as someone who is very, very beautiful. You have a very, like your attractiveness is very beautiful. It's funny because pile number one was very, had an attractiveness. It was beautiful as well, but there was a balance of the masculine energy. But I'm seeing in these cards, even the masculine energy has like a feminine beauty to it, and not in a way that's like gonna undermine your masculinity or anything, but you have like softer features, rounded I'm seeing like rounded lips, rounded jaw, rounded nose. There's not a lot of sharp angles here, except for on this 12 of Earth card. You may have like a distinctly pointed chin or something of that sense, but there's a lot of roundness, a lot of fullness, soft features, very beautiful. I'm getting very beautiful arm, chest, neck, lips, face. These are what people find beautiful and attractive about you. I'm seeing people always also think of you as someone who's going to show up. Like, nothing is hidden. I kind of said this in pile number 1 too, but this is like in a different sense. This is like showing up fully and completely as you are, not hiding, being raw, being vulnerable, being bare. I feel like, because when it comes to your emotions or your passions, you kind of wear your heart on your sleeve in a sense, and there seems to be people seeing you as very wise and very powerful because of this. Also very beautiful, right? We have these peacock feathers on this integrity card. Like, this woman is just bare. She's beautiful, she's naked, she's like, this is me, this is all of me, this is how I show up fully and completely, not hiding in my all, right? And it's cradled between the 2 of Cups and the the eight of Fire. And it's giving me the sense of, like, right, this card says integrity, so you're not trying to put up a false facade or anything. It's just very grounded, very down to earth, very just raw, naked, right? Literally naked. And I feel like people see you as someone who has a beautiful balance within themselves, someone who is fully loving and accepting of themselves, right? There's like this communion of the heart and the mind. I feel like people see you as someone who embraces their inner and outer beauty, right? And it inspires people. People see you as someone who is like psychic and illuminated, and kind of transmuted the pain from like the lower chakras, or the darker aspects, or the darker seasons of your life, and really has opened up their heart and really balanced their mind and their heart through the past, through what's happened. And I see you just becoming free and becoming a more open and stable person because of it. I'm also getting the sense that people see you as someone very spiritual and knowledgeable, where if they're going through a hard time in life, or they're embarking on something new, or they're just seeking to be free, or wanting to be more if they're wanting to be more integrated with their inner world, with their authenticity, I feel like people come to you, and I feel like you really speak wisdom, and you set people free. I feel like with your words, with your insight, with your knowledge, you really help people shift and break out of these paradigms, while also keeping them grounded and giving them a good template of, like, a balanced template to go through life, or balanced advice. I'm seeing that you inspire people to look at the world with more wonder and awe. You also ground them and give them structure in the same way, if that makes sense. You always have words of wisdom, and that just uplift people, that have them feeling good, that have them feeling cleansed, that have them feeling sparked, alive, enlightened, and also just feeling whole and in themselves, a feeling of possibilities, a feeling of like nothing is stuck. I can always change, I can always pivot into a new direction. You're also someone who people feel like they can rely on you. You're someone who is going to be there. You're someone who cares. You're loving, you're caring. If you have the means, you'll help people in any and all way, whether that's with your time, with your thoughts, taking them somewhere, feeding them food, giving them money, or you help care for people on an emotional, intellectual, spiritual, and a physical sense. I feel like you guys are amazing friends, and you're someone who's going to show up fully for everyone and anyone who you think needs it. Really, really beautiful energy. People just love that, and admire that about you. And people think you're beautiful, your energy is beautiful, your heart is beautiful, your spiritual connection is beautiful. Yes, people see you as someone who's wise, of wise counsel, someone who knows their destiny and is fulfilling their destiny, and is, people see you as like this beautiful cosmic being, who's just incarnated to do good work, to help bring people into balance, have people come to greater understanding, and unfurl and unravel, right? There's a thing about eggs here, and I feel like you help break people out of their shells, help break people out of like this incubation stage, and help people open their eyes to there's a whole world out here to explore. There's a whole world to learn about, and to fall in love with, to explore, to create in. And it's very beautiful energy. It feels very full, very alive, freeing, but stable at the same time. Very beautiful energy. Okay, I think that's all I'm getting from these cards. I'm going to move on to the chakra cards next. Okay, so for your for your chakra cards, you have they're all combination cards. So you have the third eye and the throat, you have the heart and the solar plexus, you have the sacral and the root, and you have the sacral and the crown chakra. And right away, the first card that I was really being drawn to as I was laying these out is the third eye and the throat chakra. And what I'm getting from this is that you have people perceive the beauty and the growth that life has to offer, right? You can see whatever hardships people have gone, whatever worries that they've gone, whatever has kind of been like a barrier, obstacle, I feel like you're able, or people see that you're able to find the beauty in it, right? Find the nectar of life. There's a beautiful bee here on the flower, and it's like this, how do I say this? Find the sweetness, right? Because life can seem like a lot of work, right? Over and over and over, one thing after another. But it's like the bee going from flower to flower, one of the hardest working creatures on the planet, can go to flower, but it's like extracting the goodness, extracting the nature, going forward and pollinating more, giving back, making more flowers grow, bringing more life. And I feel like you help people see that there's, that no matter how small an impact they think they may be making, or what small steps they may be making, that trailing behind them, they're only leaving behind more growth, more beauty, more blossoming, more creation. Very, very beautiful energy. I feel like you're able to perceive things, especially when it comes to growth, and you're able to really beautifully articulate it in a way where people can easily digest it. It's easy to take in, it's easy to comprehend. There's a lot of harmony here. And speaking of harmony, we're going to move on to the heart and the solar plexus chakra. And I feel people see you as someone who has such a big heart, someone who plays a really big role in, you're a big piece. People think you're a big piece of like the puzzle of Earth, right? Of bringing harmony, love, and understanding, and uplifting people. I feel like there's people see you as having this beautiful balance and merging between the heart and between the love that you have and you going out and having like how you show up in the world, the actions that you take, what you have to offer others as like service, or through your actions, through your will, how you physically move through your life. It has so much love, and people see it as something sacred, something beautiful, something divine, and something that they really cherish. You guys are very, very balanced. Again, I'm getting the sense that you help ground people through their connection with the divine, through prayer, through meditation, through connecting with themselves and balancing, right? Not only the heart and the mind, but I feel like you give people a sense of like wanting to fulfill their destiny, wanting to show up in the best way that they can. You kind of inspire that in other people through like you have this like this humility about you, this humbleness about you, this very surrendering to God, surrendering to the divine, surrendering to this greater power at be in the world, in the universe, and you help people want to strengthen that connection and ground themselves. And I feel like also show up and bring fruit to the table for other people. They want to blossom and bloom and unfold in a way that you show that is possible. And then with the last card, with the sacral chakra and the crown chakra, I'm just seeing you, people see you as someone who understands how we're all interconnected, understands how, there really is oneness that's present, that's like this underlying theme, this underlying thread that connects us all. And I feel like people really see you as someone who is devoted to helping others, to helping their brothers and sisters, to clearing the karma, to creating harmony, to bringing love, seeing growth, seeing joy, seeing love, connecting more deeply with the divine that's all around us and that's within us. And I feel like when you connect with people, it's always very deeply spiritual, and it just amplifies that energy and really makes the grid of Earth brighter, more beautiful, more vibrant, and able to hold more divine and loving cosmic energy. Like I said before, you guys are a big piece of the puzzle, and you guys carry this beautiful divine feminine energy, this balance between the masculine and feminine, the head and the heart. And I'm just seeing harmony, understanding, compassion, forgiveness, love, and a deep sense of tapping people into the higher purpose of life, why we're here, through connection, understanding, and service to the whole. Really, really beautiful, beautiful energy, guys. You guys are lovely. You guys are very psychic, like I said. People respect and honor, admire that. You help people feel whole and contained and grounded and free to explore, right, their destiny, their soul purpose, their spirituality, and wanting to have more inner harmony, more inner balance, and connection with the divine. So my beautiful pile number 2s, I think that's all I'm getting for you guys. This was your reading about what people think about you, how people see and perceive you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Comment down below if you're my beautiful, powerful pile number 2s. And I'll catch you in the next reading, guys. But until then, happy healing. Hello and welcome, my lovely pile number 3s. Those of you who picked and resonated with this bronzite stone. Welcome to your reading about what people think about you, how you come off, or how people perceive you. So we're going to split this into 2 sections, but first we're going to look at your animal oracle and your tarot cards. Then we'll get into the chakra cards later. So for your animal oracles, you have number 20 with the swan for beauty, number 44 with truth for the jackal, number 42 with the dolphin for happiness, number 5 Wolverine with fierceness, and number 3 you have the red fox for strategy. And for your tarot, you have the Queen of Fire, the 2 of Fire, the 11 of Earth, the 10 of Earth, the 4 of Earth, the 6 of Earth, sorry, Roman numerals throw me off a little bit, the 7 of Water, the 5 of Water, and then you have Body and Mind. So you have a lot of very beautiful and interesting cards. Let me see where Spirit is taking us first. So I'm being really drawn to this 11 of Earth card, which just has this beautiful woman holding this little dish. I'm not sure what's in the dish. It's kind of sparkly looking, so some like elixir or something, some potion of some sort. And there is a beautiful little snake that has like a yellow-orange body and a green head that's drinking from it. Oh, and now that I'm looking even more closely, I thought these were bracelets on her wrist, but it's actually the snake as well. That's pink and purple. So what I'm getting from this is I feel like you're someone who comes off as very sweet. People perceive you as very angelic, very beautiful. There's a lot of like earthy energy here. You guys could have really warm or dark colored eyes and dark colored hair, dark features, also red features, green eyes, very beautiful, very earthy, very much like earth angel vibes. You're someone who I feel like seeks to give people the medicine or like to nourish themselves to transformation through higher and greater understanding. I feel like you're someone who is willing and more than able to give. I'm getting very much like a mixture of Queen of Cups and Queen of Earth energy here. You guys seem very balanced. You guys are very, very beautiful. I feel like people are very mesmerized by your eyes, by your feature, your nose, your lips, your face. You guys could be a Taurus, any earth sign, any water sign, and fire. I'm not picking up too much air, but there's a lot of earth, fire, and water here. Very beautiful. I'm also picking up heavy Libra vibes as well. I'm seeing people, how they perceive you, how they see you as someone who is beautiful. People see you like an earthly and watery goddess in a sense. Someone who has a very soft heart, someone who seeks to heal, to give, to bless, to anoint, I feel like there's so much of you that wants to give, that seeks to nourish and nurture and give people what they need on a soulful, physical, and spiritual level. There's also like a sense of royalty about you, a regalness, if you will, that's just so evident and people look at you and just see you as like this very divine, beautiful, glowing, angelic, but you're on the earthly plane. They see you as someone who wishes to give, very powerful healing energy here. I'm feeling you guys are, again, with Libra and Gemini. Okay, so there's some Libra and Gemini. There's some air energy. So I'm getting all the signs, because now that I'm looking at body and mind, I'm getting like Aquarius energy as well. So all the signs are here. It doesn't matter what you are. You're welcome. You're in the right place. So now I'm being drawn to this 10 of Earth. So there's a lot of beautiful feminine energy here, which is so funny because when we go up we have like a balance, but there's some gnarly masculine energy here as well. But so I guess I'm just starting with the feminine. So you're with the 10 of Earth, I feel someone who has gone through a lot of growth, someone who people perceive you as someone who has gone through a lot of growth. You're someone who they feel has a solid and stable foundation, someone who's cultivated a lot of inner strength, but not just like a mindless or macho inner strength or egoic inner strength, but it's a strength that holds and houses a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight. You're someone who's also perceived as very gentle, very beautiful. There's like an unmasking here. You guys may kind of hide or try to protect or like nurture or hide away or shield this part of you, because we have a lot of intense energy as if we look at the animal cards, but I'm seeing that this is very self-evident, and I don't think it's coincidence that these cards are housed in the center, in the middle of your reading, because on either side there's a lot of fire, a lot of masculine energy around it. But yes, I'm seeing the core of your being is someone who's extremely nurturing, beautiful, divine, wanting to give, very earth angel, someone who's gone through a lot and has accumulated a lot of strength and wisdom. Very, very beautiful energy. You guys are gentle souls, I feel, at your core. People also see you as someone who is very determined, very hardworking, someone who's very consistent, someone who will push themselves to, to almost to your detriment at times, but not too much. But people see you as someone who is willing to put the hard work and sacrifice in, to lay a foundation, to do what needs to be done. They can handle a lot of pain, a lot of pressure, a lot of high intensity energy and circumstances and situations. I feel like this is really moving into this. What did I say this was? Is this it's a 6 of fire? Yes, with the 6 of fire as well. I feel like you're someone who people perceive you as someone who's like a mediator, I think. Someone who holds like authority and power, but I feel like at your core you want to resolve conflict. You'd rather bring understanding, you'd rather bring harmony, you'd rather bring balance to a situation. You'd rather nourish and nurture growth than have two different sides fight and destroy and draw blood from one another. And if that means that you need to make a sacrifice, I see you guys doing that, but people see you as someone who is of high authority, high insight, has a lot of power. And there's grace here too. There's power, but gracefulness. There's power, but using it wisely, using it for harmony and for strengthening, to strengthen the whole rather than to divide, is what I'm getting. I also am getting the sense that you guys, with the 7 of water here, that you guys will surrender to like this flow, this you guys go with the flow. You guys surrender to what needs to be felt, what needs to be seen, what's under the surface, right? With this water energy, I feel like if you guys have inner conflict or inner turmoil, you seek to understand, to find common ground, to find harmony and balance and flow within. Very beautiful feminine energy here. I am also seeing that people see you as someone who, you've gone through a lot of heartache. So this could go two ways. Either people have seen you as someone who's gone through a lot of heartache, who has felt, flowed, and surrendered, and then reached a greater balance, understanding, and higher levels of illumination. Or people feel as though they can seek counsel to you because you have this strength, this wise strength, that when they're hurt, when they're broken, when they feel very wounded deeply, when they feel at their most vulnerable, they feel that they are safe to seek counsel from you, and that you will give them the wisdom, the insight, and nourish, and give from your cup. Even in the fire, there's water. In the earth, there is water. So I'm feeling you guys have a lot, an immense capacity for compassion, for understanding, for caring for others deeply, especially in a heart-centered way. People see you as someone who is very balanced in their mind and in their body. They see you as someone who, has like alchemized their heart, right? They found, instead of giving in to like the lower emotions and being angry or being scorned or being hurt because of like these lower emotions, I'm seeing that you're someone who like rose that into your heart and found release, found surrender, found compassion, found understanding, was able to harmonize it, and then that in turn gives you like a more illuminated mind, a more awakened mind. You see things from just beyond being in the shit, excuse my language, but like rising up above it and seeing the higher purpose that it played. And that's what helps you hold this beautiful, compassionate space for people. I'm also seeing that you guys have there's a lot of inner harmony, there's a lot of inner balance, there's a lot of like knowing yourself. Even in this fire, the 2 of Wands card, there's like a honoring of the heart. There's like an integrity here. And there's like a merging and a weaving together, right, of the heart and the will of the heart and the mind. There's a merging in harmony from the lower chakra systems. And then with the Queen of Fire here, people see you as someone who's like able to alchemize, to lighten things up, to make things fun, exciting, creative. You're able to like move through, like almost being like a furnace to burn and bring fire, right? Like, give me all this heavy energy and we're just gonna do our magic and we're gonna spark this fire and we're gonna bring life and we're going to free you and you're going to let it burn and you're going to rise above. So very beautiful, like alchemizing energy here. Very beautiful, magical energy here. So let's get into your animal cards. You guys are very, very physically beautiful. I feel like you guys also have an inner beauty that people think is so gentle and rare. That's special, that's divine, that's unique, that's enduring. I feel like you guys are people that absolutely stand for truth. You guys want to break false illusions, especially when it comes to illusions of the self and illusions that keep people back, or that keep people in a barren and desolate place. I feel like you're someone who wants to break through that and push people into a tunnel or a vortex to emerge on the other end joyful, happy, empowered, whole, healed, and with a greater perspective and understanding of the power that is within them, of what they are able to overcome, and that they can free themselves. I feel like that's a huge theme, is you want people to free themselves and move beyond these lower states. And right, it's just beautiful energy. You guys are very powerful. I'm getting very like wizard, magician, and magnetic energy and vibrations from you guys. Very, very lovely. And then we have number 42, the dolphin card. I feel like you want, people see you as someone who's very joyful, who brings happiness, who brings fun and lightness, joy, good time. You're a great friend. You're going to be there. You're someone who's full of life, always willing to give. There's so much of you to give. It's unending what you're able to give, and it all comes from the heart and comes from a beautiful, vibrant, and special and divine place. And then I love this, the Wolverine card, very fierce, masculine energy. I feel like this just plays into like the strength that you have, and I feel like you have a deep care for other people, and to like demolish and disintegrate and to break down whatever holds people back. And it's so funny because this is next to the red fox strategy. I feel like you can come off as someone who's not super gnarly, like kind of sweet, right? A sweet exterior, but it's like your strategy for helping people move forward or going towards, illumination in the sun and joy and brightness can be a bit gnarly, where you're like, I'm gonna fight to the death and I will relinquish all darkness, and like I have Excalibur, the very warrior energy, like nothing will defeat me, I am strong, there is nothing greater than I, and it's very inspirational. This is very beautiful energy. This is very like, you guys have a brave heart, you have a strong heart, the will of your heart is great, and it like stands tall. It's like a mountain. It will stand the test of time. And I feel like you hold this energy when it's time to create change for yourself or for other people, to move people forward. I really see that, to move yourself or people forward. And it's like there's no earthly force that will keep you from your victory. And it's very, very beautiful. That warrior spirit that you have within you, people see that, right? And I feel like this is only for people that know you very closely, deeply, and intimately, know this fierceness within you, this I will not be defeated kind of energetic, this masculine energetic field that you hold. Very powerful, very great. I love it, man. It's great. I dig it. So I think that's all I'm getting from these cards. I'm going to move on to the chakra cards now, so just give me a few seconds. Okay, so for your chakra cards, you have 3 combination cards and then 1 pure card for the chakra. Okay, so you have the throat chakra, right? You have the throat chakra card, and the rest are combinations. So the combinations that you have are the heart and the root, the third eye and the root, and the heart and the third eye. So there's a lot of root and third eye energy here. I really love it. So I'm really getting the sense that people perceive you as someone who is really here to give to the world, to be of service to the world, in the sense of it being heart-based and illuminating the minds of others, breaking them free, especially getting into the third eye in the root chakra card, where there's confusion, where there's doubt, where there's inner turbulence. I'm seeing people perceive you as someone who is going to bring greater insight, greater direction that helps people feel stable, feel safe, feel secure, feel grounded and rooted in the world. I feel like you bring a clarity of mind, right? Especially with that truth card, just breaking people out, pushing people into vortexes where there's more illumination, there's more freedom, there is seeing the world through a sense of possibilities, of not being like a slave or being bound to being one certain way because of the past, if that makes sense. And there's a big theme of the heart here as well, of unlocking this bridge, or unlocking this this spot between the heart and the root chakra. I feel like people perceive you as someone who can, there was a big sense of like safety, right, in your reading before, with your tarot cards. And I feel like this is playing out through this card as well. Feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like everything is going to be okay, feeling that I am not stuck and I can move forward in life. People see you as that force that is going to use the heart to help set people free, to help people feel safe and grounded and connected to one another. And I feel as though you do this as you have a very balanced throat center, and you speak strength and illumination into people. And like I said, show people doorways, unlock ways of exiting, right? Opening up doorways, opening up windows, opening people up to a different path where they saw only blockages. You illuminate a way. You do this through speaking, through how you love, how you perceive, through the goodness of your heart, and through you of truly wanting to be of service to others and help people feel safe and feel as though they're not bound by anything, that nothing can hold them back, that they can truly be fierce, they can truly be free, they can truly be happy, and they have the power within themselves, they have the capacity to do this. And I feel as though you do this you help people unlock this within them through how you love and how you speak. This energy that you hold in your heart and in your throat and your third eye just helps people in a way that I'm not sure you fully understand yet. But it's there, and either on an unconscious or subconscious level, people feel this impact from you, and they perceive this from you on a spiritual level, on a heart level, on a psychic level, whether they will verbally, admit to this or even realize it or not on a conscious level. But this is happening. It's like an underlying current that goes through with the people that you connect with, the people in your life, the people that you care for deeply, and the people that come across your path. You'll help them in this way whether in subtle or very unsubtle ways. I feel like this is playing out and people pick up this from you, and it gives people a feeling of strength and safety, and that anything is possible and they are not bound, if that makes sense. So thank you, my beautiful pile number 3s. This is all that I'm getting for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Let me know in the comments down below if you're my pile number 3s. And until the next reading, guys, happy healing.